Welcome to SlickPick Gaming. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the first and most powerful way to use the program, the analyzer in auto mode. This is the complete workflow from opening the program all the way through to generating your plays and sending them to print or saving your strategy. Let's get started. Start by going to slickpickgaming.com and opening the SlickPick Gaming Powerball Analyzer. The first thing the program does when it opens is automatically fetch the latest Powerball draw history from the internet. You'll see it load in the background. This keeps your analysis current with the most recent drawings. If for any reason the auto fetch doesn't connect, maybe you're offline or the fetch times out, don't worry. There is a manual load option right there on screen. Just click it and browse to your saved history file to load it manually. The program will work exactly the same way either way. Once the history is loaded, you are ready to start analyzing. You are now looking at the Analyzer tab. This is the engine that drives everything in SlickPick Gaming. Across the top row, you'll see a series of stat columns. Let me walk you through what each one means. Frequency shows you how many times each ball has appeared in the draw history. Recency shows you how recently each ball has been drawn. A high recency score means it has been drawn recently. A low score means it hasn't been seen in a while. The gap column shows the number of draws since each ball last appeared. The hot score combines frequency and recency to give you an overall heat rating. And the due score tells you which balls are statistically overdue based on their historical patterns. Now, up here you'll see the history selection window. This controls how many past draws the program uses in its analysis. You can set this anywhere from 10 draws up to the full history. I recommend starting with 20 draws as a good balanced window, recent enough to catch current trends, but large enough to be statistically meaningful. The higher you go, the more weight you give to long-term patterns. Experiment with different windows and see how the numbers shift. Here's something really useful. Click on any stat column header, and the program will instantly resort all 69 balls ranked by that stat. Click Frequency, and the hottest balls by frequency float to the top. Click Gap, and the most overdue balls rise to the top. This lets you instantly see the full picture from any angle. Up here you'll see two buttons, one to show the white ball analysis, and one to show the red Powerball analysis. Click between them to switch views. The white ball analyzer shows all 69 white balls and their stats. The red ball analyzer shows all 26 Powerballs with their own independent stats. You can scroll up and down through the ball list to see all the numbers. And here's a tip. Hold Shift and scroll with your mouse wheel to scroll back through the draw history columns. This lets you see how each ball has been performing across past draws, giving you a visual sense of streaks and cold spells. Over here you'll find the Hot Streak window. In this window you can set the histories used just for the recency stat. This is very useful when you want to have the hot numbers use less draw history in the mix. Now let's talk about the sliders. These are one of the most powerful features in the analyzer. Each slider controls how much weight the program gives to a particular stat when calculating which balls belong in your hot, mid, and due pools. Frequency slider up, balls that appear most often get more weight. Push the recency slider up, and recently drawn balls get more priority. Push the gap slider up, and overdue balls move to the front. This is where strategy comes in. A player who believes in hot streaks pushes frequency and recency up. A player who believes in due numbers pushes gap up. There is no single right answer. The sliders let you tune the analysis to match your own strategy. Once you have your sliders set the way you like, save it as a profile right here. Give it a name, something like Hot Strategy or Due Number Focus. And the program saves all your slider settings so you can reload them anytime without having to set them up again. Build up a library of profiles for different strategies and switch between them in seconds. Now it's time to fill your number pools. You'll see 3 tiers, hot, mid, and due for the white balls, and a separate pool for the red Powerball. The program has already ranked all 69 balls based on your slider settings. Now you decide how many balls go into each tier. The top-ranked balls by your weighted stats go into hot. The middle range balls go into mid. The lowest ranked, the most statistically overdue, go into due. You can fill the tier windows by clicking the up and down arrows for each tier. This will auto-fill the ball pools based on your slider weights. For the Red Powerball, click on the up and down arrows to select and fill the red ball pool in the same way. Once your tiers are filled, hit the Auto Select Picker button to send your picks to the Smart Picker. The program instantly transfers all your hot, mid, and dew balls, plus your red ball pool, directly over to the Smart Picker tab. You'll see them appear there automatically. You are now in the Smart Picker tab. Notice at the top it shows you are in Analyzer mode, meaning your pools came directly from the analyzer that you just set up. Here's where you build your actual plays. First, your Red Powerball pool is already loaded from the analyzer. You can adjust the size of that pool right here. Next, set how many balls to pull from each tier for each play. For example, you might set 3 balls from hot, 1 from mid, and 1 from dew. Or go 2 hot, 2 mid, 1 dew. This is entirely your choice, and it is where your personal strategy comes into play. Then set your odd and even balance. If you want 3 odd numbers and 2 even numbers on every ticket, set it here. The program will respect that balance when generating your plays. Finally, choose how many plays to generate, and hit Generate. The Smart Picker instantly builds your plays from your pools using your settings. Every play is different. Every play respects your tier ratios and your odd-even balance. And every play draws its Powerball from your selected red ball pool. Review your plays right here on screen. If you want a fresh set, just hit Generate again. Now that you have your plays generated, you have 3 options for what to do with them. First, you can send your plays directly to the slip printer. Click the Slip Print button and the program loads your plays into the slip printing system. Select your state from the drop-down, load your printer profile, and the program will print your picks directly onto your official state Powerball play slip. No filling in bubbles by hand. We have a dedicated video on the slip printing system that walks you through the full setup. Check the link in the description. Second, you can export your plays to a text file. Click the Export button and the program saves a full strategy report to your computer. This file includes the date and time, your analyzer settings, your pool contents showing all your hot, mid, and dew numbers, and your plays listed out cleanly. It's a complete record of your strategy for every session. We have another video dedicated to the strategy file system and how to use it, also linked in the description. Third, you can simply print them to your printer and take the printed sheets to your lottery retailer to fill in manually. Whatever method you choose, your plays were built from real data, weighted by your own strategy, and generated by the most powerful Powerball analysis tool available. And that is the complete Analyzer Auto Mode workflow in SlickPick Gaming. From opening the program, loading your history, setting your sliders, filling your tiers, generating your plays, and sending them to print or export. This is just one of 7 different ways to use SlickPick Gaming to build your Powerball strategy. In the other videos in this series, I'll walk you through the heat map method, the Merlin Wizard, the Smart Picker Direct Mode, the Power Wheeler, manual number selection, and the strategy file system. SlickPick Gaming, the smartest Powerball tool available. Get it at slickpickgaming.com. One-time purchase, $35, yours forever. Good luck out there, and play smart.